All right, let's see if we can get a good signal here from the YouTubes. We did get a good signal from the YouTubes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Jedi Academy. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999, and welcome to the show where we answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game. This is a Q&A show. We do it for 2 hours, and all we're going to do here is answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's right, that's all we do here is answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's pretty simple, and the format's pretty simple. If you have questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, all you need to do is put your question in the chat. However, there is a format that you must follow for us, and by us, so if the rest of the panel eventually gets here. It's still early in the morning. I'm sure they're all just waking up like, oh my god, it's too early in the morning, I need coffee. And some are probably recovering from last night. You never know. But all you have to do is, when you put your question in the chat, there's a format. We use Nightbot as a filter. And when you do, make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. You can actually see some of that already being done in the chat already. So if you're new and you're not sure, just follow the format you see other people doing. Just put the word question for your actual question statement. And that helps you with Nightbot to filter out the questions. We need a filtering word, and that's how it is. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning. Hope everyone's being well and enjoying your weekend. Just as a programming note, we will do this, the Jedi Academy. And then we'll have a break, and I'll be back later tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, over on Twitch for some more ladies' night. We're going to have some fun with the ladies again, the gamers, the lady gamers of the world, and have fun, just having fun and being goofy and playing games over on Twitch. So please go and check that out as well. And I think that's about it. Anything else going on? No, those are the two big shows today. So I think we got that locked in. If you missed it yesterday, we had fun doing GAC. It was we had a blast doing GAC and other stuff yesterday on Twitch. We had the lunch stream. They had State of Survival last night over on YouTube. So a lot of good streams coming for you guys. Yeah, so we'll wait for the panel to come in. So this is a good time to get your questions in. I'm glad to see everybody in the chat. Just shout out a few names. Gav P, Utah, Meow Meow, BM Meow Meow, of course. Grim's hanging out. So we got some people already coming in. So we'll let people matriculate in slowly. I know it's early, especially on the West Coast. It's a rough time to try to get your ass in here. So, listen, if old Ranger J 1999 can get his monkey ass up, then you can be here as well. So it is early, I know. Especially on Saturday, I don't know, a lot of you guys, you work your ass off during the week. You want to sleep in on a Saturday, so I appreciate those that are here hanging out with us for Jedi Academy. But it's a fun show. We love doing it. Hell, we've been doing it for a long time, and 200 episodes plus later, we're still going strong. And as promised, unless I'm dead or dying or something horrible has happened, I will always make sure to stream, even if I'm the only one here. God damn it, I'll answer every damn question we got. I don't care. I'll do it. So go ahead and get your questions, Hiv. The other thing, too, is moving forward, we've had too many problems with Jedi Academy with monetization, so I've turned monetization off on Jedi Academy. If you'd like to donate and support the cause, you're more than welcome to, because we're not making any money off of this whatsoever. You can do super chats or whatever you want to do. I don't care. Not required. You guys don't have to do that at all. I just want to make sure, because the reason we're doing that is that YouTube of late has really been pissing us off by just overly spamming the shit out of Jedi Academy to where it's unwatchable. Ads every 2 minutes, that's just ridiculous. I don't think you should have to. I just think that's mentally damaged. So we've tried different settings and different things and tried to fix it, and it just got to the point that it's dumb. And so I just turned it off. So that way, that for a lot of you guys, it's too early in the morning, you guys can go back and watch it and not have to worry about the excessive spam that YouTube and Google and all of them are putting on that. So ad-free, hopefully, for Jedi Academy. So make that easier for you guys to watch, especially for a lot of people, because a lot of you don't want to get a YouTube Red, whatever, Prime subscription, and I understand that. And so, that's what we're doing moving forward until we can get it solved. So, yeah. So that's just a little programming news and note. A lot happened this week in the game. A lot of big announcements. We had the road ahead that was just a bombshell of information. So, I mean, yeah, a lot has gone on. So, if you have any questions about that, about the road ahead, or anything like that, GAC, whatever it is that that's on your mind, feel free to do that. We've covered in depth on multiple shows, the lunch stream, the Wednesday night stream, and other streams about our thoughts about the upcoming changes. We know we got a new Ahsoka coming in. We have a new Galactic Legend with Jedi Master Kenobi. We've got the Bad Batch stuff happening. We had changes to Conquest that were announced. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the game. If you have any questions about that, feel free. We have 5v5 GAC happening at the moment. So if you want to check that out, or you have questions about any of that stuff, feel free to pop your question into the chat. We'll start doing questions here in a few minutes. I'm just giving time for for the panel to show up, and we'll rock and roll. I think Loki this weekend, I know that he is in Vegas, so he probably is you know the deal. If what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So Loki's probably a little intoxicated or recovering from something. So he's in Vegas this weekend. I know that, having fun. And then I think next weekend Finn's coming down to LA. So Finn will be visiting with Loki. So that'll be kind of funny to see their interaction. What else is going on? I think that's it for right now. So I don't think there's any other news or notes for RC or just the game or anything that I need to discuss or anything like that. So, and I can't think of anything at the moment. So, we're just giving people time to get their ass in here. Get your questions. Go ahead and get your questions in now. And remember, we're only doing this for 2 hours, so it behooves you to get your questions in sooner rather than later. There will be a time stop where we will not get your questions, but that's okay. If we don't get your questions, we do have other streams where you can ask questions. We have the Discord channel. If you have questions that you want to pose to us, you can just go to the Discord channel. Hell, you can even message me directly. People do it all the time, ask me about, their teams are working on and mods and who should go where and this and what do they think they should work on, and I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. So, all right. So we're getting our questions coming in. Very, very nice. I'm going to give 2 more minutes for the panel to show up now, and I'm going to start rocking and rolling myself because that's what I do. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward no matter what the deal is. And I can see you got Elliot Worldsford popping in. We got What Else 3. So some more people showing up, getting their questions in. There you go. Meow Meow is apparently licking the fishy hat. That's never a good sign. All right, so let me get everything formatted here and ready to rock and roll. All right. There we go. I got the questions rock and roll. And can you guys believe it's May already? Good Lord. I cannot believe it's May, man. This year is flying by so god dang fast, man. It's already May the 1st. And just think, in 3 more days, we'll be celebrating May the 4th, so that'll be fun. That'll be a day of celebration. We'll see all the goodies and have fun on May the 4th. I just woke up, too, not too long ago. And I got a busy day today. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to be outside all day trying to get the final stuff done that I want to get done for that damn hill. It's just little dinky stuff that we have to do, but I want to try to get it done. So that way I'm done. I mean, there's 2 little projects I'm trying to do. I got one of them done. There's only one thing left to do. But there's some trees I want to cut down today. I got to go get a couple more bags of mulch for El Madre so we can finish up the making everything look nice and pretty. You have to make sure everything looks nice. And get everything rocking and rolling. So I'll be trying to get that shit knocked out today. And then I can just be chilling. All right, so give it a few more seconds and then I'm going to start doing questions myself. So get your questions in. We will answer your questions. So if you have questions, feel free to pop those into the chat. Make sure you follow the format. Pretty simple. Make sure you hit that thumbs up too. I mean, it's YouTube. That's how we get the algorithm out there. YouTube Ranger, I broke it down. I'll go to 1500 to rebuild my deck. No, sorry. I've been broken on that. You could offer me $10,000 and I still would not be interested. You too. Sorry, I just it would. I have PTSD. I'll start thinking about the hill. I'll get angry, and then I'll make a deck that'll be Art Nouveau, and you'll be like, "What have you created, Ranger?" Oh, you said build a deck. I was angry. So, I have enough crap I do outside. It just wears me out. It's like, golly. And I'm not much of a builder person, but for this project and stuff, I mean, it's for my mom, so it's a little different circumstances. But good lord, $1,500? Yeah, sorry. I'd be like, no, no, sorry, Yuta. Just I would get too angry. I'd lose my mind. What else? You still missed a couple of zeros on that number, Yuta. Yeah. Even then, I'd be like, nah, not worth it. Just not interested. All right. God. Giving up caffeine like I have, man, it makes it hard to wake up in the morning. So I'm drinking lots of water, but when I wake up, I yawn a lot. All right. Okay. Well, let's start this. Let's kick this pig into gear and let's start answering the questions. So get those questions in. I'm going to start answering your questions about the game and what we do here. And let's start off with our first question from Gav P, who says, question for Quill, IG-11, and Cara Dune at relic level for GAC. Are they best in a BAM team, a Mon Mothma team, and a Galactic Legend Raid team, or somewhere else? It depends on which GAC format we're playing, 3v3 or 5v5. So let's start off with Quill and IG-11. I love them with Rey and 3v3. You can go BAM, IG, Quill in 3v3. And, I mean, there's a lot of places you can use IG and Quill. Christ in heaven, you can put them on a lot of teams, and they're just a really good combination. You can go full Scoundrel team. Hell, you can go Kira lead and go IG and Quill and have some success with that thing. Cara Dune, obviously, if you see me do threes, I always put her with Mon Mothma. And usually, offense or defense, I'm always running Cara with Mon Mothma. Now, when we start getting into... and you can run BAM with IG and Quill in threes as well. But I really like IG and Quill in the Raid team. I think it's it's an exceptionally good count. I mean, it makes life difficult for people that don't have it. And a lot of people I face do not have those characters, and they're facing it. So, I mean, it can still be beaten, but it's forcing them to have to use a big team on that. And a lot of times you've seen I've got a lot of holds with that team because it's such a pain in the ass to deal with. Especially if they don't have the right counters or the right characters to beat it. Now, when we start talking about fives, IG and Quill, again, give you a lot of different options. Now, usually in fives, I'm not running IG and Quill with Rey. In fact, the team that I'm actually running right now is actually because I have her Bo-Katan lead with IG, Quill, Armor, and BAM. And that team actually last round got us some holds on defense. It's a newer team, and if you have your Quill and Armor fast enough, you can really have some fun with it. I mean, instead of going the pure Mando team, I thought that would be a fun team to put on defense, and it's working out pretty well. Cara's always on Mon Mothma for me in threes or fives, so Cara Dune I'm going to put in a 5v5 team. And there's different combinations you can use for that. For instance, I mean, if you look at the Mon Mothma teams, whether it's on defense or offense, it just depends on which one you have developed. I mean, the ideal team is Cara, Hoth Rebel Scout, POW. You can go SRP or Biston. I prefer Biston. Just, you get a lot of that turn meter train going and stuff. But, I mean, y'all see people that, because of they've developed Jedi Luke, you'll see Cara with Biggs and Wedge and Mon Mothma, and then, like, another character. Maybe they'll go Chirrut and Baze. So, those are some of the kind of teams and different combinations that I've seen or I've used myself in 5v5 and 3v3. So I hope that answers your question. So let's see here. Let's go to our next question. That was from Gav P. Thank you for your question, Gav P. Yuta says, question, why is Meow Meow awesome? Well, Meow Meow is awesome. She does give me a lot of shit, but I cannot, I have to say Meow Meow is quite awesome. We do love Meow Meow, even though she gives me a hard time. She's back in my guild, and as I was working on taking Ayla Secure to Gear 12 in preparation for the new the new Jedi Master Kenobi, I got Goat on again. It doesn't matter what time of day. It's like she has some kind of warning system that says Rangers actually leveling characters and stuff, and I got Goat on again. Then it doesn't even affect me anymore. It's just like, oh, there it is. I'm more shocked when I don't see it, which is rare or never happens, than if I do see it. So, okay. Meow Meow says, question, why hasn't Heinz been on Jedi Academy lately? Being too much of a dingo and hungover from his stream? Yeah, if you've not... I understand this one. All right, so if you guys don't know, Heinz and Grid do their Heinz and Grid session late U.S. time. If you look at the time, by the time all said and done, it's really late at night, and there's a lot of excess drinking going on there. And no matter who's on the panel or what they're doing, it makes it difficult to get up in the mornings. I don't have much of a choice since I'm running the stream. So when I've done the Gridsy and Heinz session myself, I know how ridiculous you feel getting up 5-6 hours later and trying to do a stream. Heinz eats like ridiculous time over in Australia. So if he's tied one on the previous night, then I know that, he's a mess. Grid is usually hung over. Any of the other guests that might come on Jedi Academy are usually hung over. They're hating life when they try to do the Jedi Academy. So I don't think it makes him much of a dingo. It just makes him human. Because I don't care how much liquor you can handle, you're going to be a mess trying to get up. I mean, after drinking that much, it's like you've been out clubbing all night and drinking and having a good time, and then all of a sudden you're like, I got to get up at 5 hours for work. It's like, a little rough. So yeah. Elliot Worstful question, with the new JC teams being added, what are some good B teams for defense? That's a great question. I've been thinking about that. And I've been thinking about the people that have gone hard for GLs and not have developed their roster as much. They don't have a lot of the good secondary teams. A lot of teams that we didn't think about before are going to come into play. I think Geonosians and Night Sisters and, I think the Mothra team on defense will be some standard stuff that you'll see. I think Scoundrels, hell, you might start seeing the Prepare team. I ran that back in the day. Actually had some success with it. I'm going to be running the Mando team on defense. Bounty Hunters could come into play. Hell, you might see Imperial Troopers on defense, because if you have Gideon and you got them relicked and they're all good to go, you might see it. If they say they don't have Dark Trooper, you might see that team on defense. I will not be doing that, because as we saw yesterday, Dark Trooper is a goddamn legend. That character, I did the top 25 with Cubs, and for some reason the fans didn't vote on him. Now someone made a good comment, said, well, a lot of people don't know how good he is because they haven't got him yet. And then some people responded, well, even a 3-star Gear 11, that guy is ridiculous. Mine's Relic 8 and just destroys. I agree with Loki on this assessment that he is the best character in the game. I'm getting off topic a little bit. The best marquee character that's come out this year so far. He's really ridiculously good. But you're going to see some teams on defense, and you'll see. I foresee this happening, where it's going to be with the 3 additional teams on offense and defense for Division 2 through 4, where you're really going to see it. That's going to make a big difference. You're going to have people that have invested heavily in Galactic Legends that are going to hope that their Galactic Legends can hold. Because, as you go down their roster, and I've seen a lot of these, they don't have a lot of other teams. They'll probably Gear 12 or 11 that you're going to see with these 3 additional teams, especially at the later stage at Division 4 and 3. Maybe not so much in Division 2. There'll be some of that in Division 2. Now, Division 1, they've got 4 and 4. But at those levels, 7.8 million and higher, they've been wanting that for a long time. So, what can I say? So it'll be interesting. And maybe we'll see some creative stuff on defense as well. But you'll see some of those teams that we previously, you saw back in the day, and so we started developing these characters and newer teams that might make an appearance. Geonosians, Night Sisters, things of that nature. So we'll see some stuff there. Scoundrels, I'm sure, will be on defense. Dooku, nuke combinations, bounty hunters, those kind of things that you'll see people trying to figure out, like, what can I put on defense, what can I keep for offense, what am I going to need for offense, those kind of things. So yeah, probably have a lot more efficiency battles coming up soon with some certain people with the new changes. So yeah. What else? 73 best counter options for Relic 8 Rey with clones on defense. Relic 8 Rey with clones. I mean, Sith Eternal will still kill the shit out of it. Jedi Master Lead Luke would take care of that. I mean, we faced Rey the other day and we used Jedi Master Luke. Took care of that as well. Kylo could handle that. Trying to think if you could run a team that maybe takes care of that. I'm trying to think if Darth Revan could do it. Possibly Darth Revan. There's no tank on that team. The fear and everything else that'll happen if your Darth Revan's really fast. Because you just burn down Rey. She's not going to get any bonuses for the clones. Burn Rey down and burn Fives down. You can control the team with fear. They're not going to take many turns between Bastila, and it would be mod dependent because Rex is going to be super fast because of the 4 clones. So you'd have to check the speeds on the mods. That could be a possibility. I'm thinking Vader could handle that, the Vader team, because you're going to be able to fracture Rey with Thrawn, with GBA, Vader, Traya. Vader would probably work. I mean, those are just things that pop in my head that, give me some options on that. I think Vader might be a really good counter on that. All right. Let's get some more questions here. I'm refreshing, getting to the el questions. All right. Where did I leave off? Goliath's question: with Razor Crest unlocking soon, do you think this will shake up the ship meta? Possibly. I mean, looking at the team, I mean, we've been throwing around the idea that maybe Mace fleet becomes really good with the bounty hunters and stuff. I mean, we know. I don't know. We're gonna have to play around with it first. I don't have a definite answer for you on this. Do I think it'll be meta? I don't know yet. I mean, if you add the combination of Razor Crest and the rest of the bounty hunter ships, it leaves you a good possibility. I don't know how good they're going to be against the Kenobi fleet or other things. I mean, under Mace, the teams that have been thrown out there is like Mace and Thrawn as the 2 combinations that you can use because of the heals and everything else. But those are what we're thinking. How meta do we think it's going to be? We have to kind of play around with it first, get in there and run the scenarios and play it and see how good it is. It has a possibility, without a doubt, because of how good Razor Crest is and how good some of the other bounty hunter ships are. I mean, Boba Fett sucks, but the other ships are really good. So that could be a really damn good fleet you get your hands on. So there you go. And I think we have somebody join us. Is that who I think it is? It is. Jedi Master Dasha has popped in. Well, look who it is, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jedi Master Dasha. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Well, I know I'm great. I know you're... we said Wednesday when the news popped on us that somewhere in the world, Jedi Master Dasher exploded and was reborn into something else.
Yeah, just imagine a squeal, that lasted for a little bit.
I heard
right?
it. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, even with my loss of hearing, I could hear
the squeal that was heard around the world.
Yes.
It's been awesome. Like, obviously, I have all the Jedi part done, so it's been so fun just sitting back, watching everyone else scramble, relicking up their Aylas and Maces.
That's a two. I mean, of course, you know me. I'm not. Ayla is a good character, but I've had other priorities. So I think a good value there. Mace, I was like, oh well, it's Mace. But yeah, I mean, I have Bo-Katan, I had Kenobi, Relic 8, I had the Negotiator, so I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, at least Kenobi, at least that one, like most people, that was like their first Relic 8 because of the ship. So at
Mm-hmm.
least that one wasn't a tough, it's tough obviously for people that don't have the material. But I mean, like as far as a Relic 8 character goes, at least it wasn't like someone not as useful.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, and then Ayla, I was like, yep, I was teasing a bunch of people. All you slackers, I've been preaching about Ayla as a great extra Jedi. Now finally everyone's gonna have that.
Well, I mean, I worked on other Jedi. Ayla wasn't on the priority, but I mean, I recently did
Mhm.
like Relic on Ezra and some other Jedi just because of the counters that I'm using. But like, I mean, you look at some of these characters, and I know they're gonna pop in like Cody. We know Cody's gonna be a part of
Oh,
this.
absolutely. He's gotta be
The
required.
rest of the Jedi count, the council. I'm just like, well, Lumi's gonna be one. I bet you Eth Koth is one. I'm a Gundy. Like, this is
I mean,
going
if they made
Qui Gon
Mace,
Jinn.
mhm.
Just prepare yourselves for all these Jedi that are gonna be needed.
Yeah, that's where I'm still hoping. I've been hoping for a long time now, but it's like here's yet again another opportunity from CG. Rework some of these Jedi that have been long overdue to get reworked. Mace especially, and now especially Kenobi. Like 99% chance he's gonna be GR Jedi synergy. Galactic Republic synergy. We
mhm.
only have so many good Galactic Republic Jedi to choose from
I
as we
know.
split teams, right? So it's like, just give us a couple of these reworks. Mace has been a high demand one. A lot of people have been, that one should happen. That one's been long overdue. But obviously, yeah, the rest of the requirements, people are definitely having fun guessing. The big question mark that I see is Cam. That's the divisive
That's
one right
that's the one.
there.
Yeah, people are like, well, if they do Cam, I'm not going to get them. Like, you do realize that if they put Cam in there now, Lightside TV has been almost out for 2 years now. People forget that it's been a
Exactly.
while.
That's what I've stated, that it's been out a long time. Keep in mind, and they keep escalating and requiring tougher and tougher for certain things, right?
Yeah,
And this is going to be our fifth Galactic Legend. So it's not like it's a new thing. And it's also going to be very powerful. And it's like, so I could honestly see it going that way, that they would require Cam because of all those reasons, and being Galactic Republic, and he
no,
was on the
absolutely.
council, if they're doing the whole council theme.
Well,
So,
people were like, well, then I won't get them because I mean, the top guilds have got Cam, but I mean, it's feast
yeah,
or
more
famine.
mid-range now. Yeah, I was
They're
talking
not
to
even
some
close.
people in that lower range that some of them, it's going to take like 3 more TBs
At
and they'll
least,
have them.
right? Right.
Others are a lot further away. So like more people are getting them, but it's still taking a lot of time. If your guild is doing this mission now, unless you're streaming and doing all the, the prep like that, you're going to be getting probably an average of like 20 shards, give or take, unless you do, unless you're hardcore about it,
I
and then you
know.
can get the 30, 40 range. But more, because it's been out a while. So more
But
people are steadily getting it, but it's still,
it's a hard
you know,
farm.
right.
It's a very. I mean, phase
Still
three,
gonna
phase.
take
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate that mission because even when I remod and stuff, I still get my ass kicked. I'm like, this is bullshit. They do it swim right after fives and killed his ass. I'm like, this is stupid. But the thing I was saying too is, CG's not dumb. They're going to put him in weekly shipments. They're going to buy. There's going to be packs for him. They're not just going to be like, there's all these people that might get him, but if they can't get him because of Cam, we're not going to have anybody spending money. So they're going to put him where it's going to be like weekly shipments or Cam, and other places. So I think people are.
Right. They could easily, they love their packs. They love other ways. Because, like Rolo, that's an old school TV one,
Mm-hmm.
but he can be acquired in other ways now. So they could definitely do that with Cam, make it, because again, it's been long enough that they could technically put him accessible in another way.
Yeah.
And then also, if they do require him, they would totally do it as the last set of requirements.
Yes, it'll be the last one, and they're gonna. Well, I would be surprised if the because we got the dates that they're gonna do the next announcements. The 19th of May, we'll get the next round of announcements, right? So in 18 days, and then I think June 5th or 2nd, something like that. The next one comes out after that. That they do the next round of announcements. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all at that point to see. You know, him being the next round of requirements so people know, and that there'll be packs announced for it, or he'll be in the weekly shipments, because they want people to spend to get Jedi Master Kenobi. If they don't do that, they're killing themselves, because then very few people will get Jedi Master Kenobi, and they're not going to spend to get their other characters up, because, like, why would you? If you can't get the other character because you're still short, because for whatever reason, because you're only getting, like, you know, as you said, 20-30 shards at a time, you know, why would people spend money? You know, it's like, I had to wait anyway, so why would I work on my other characters and stuff? It makes no sense. So all right, let's get to some more questions here. Let's see here. Grim says, Ranger, did you see the new data mine reskins of characters in SWGOH? Jedi Knight Anakin, Farm Boy Luke, Old Man Snips, Crew, and Scav Ray are getting reskins and new animations. I did have somebody send me some screenshots. I didn't actually read the post or anything like that. I did see some images. I guess Potato Head, Forehead Ray is disappearing. Have you seen any of this, JMA?
Yeah, I saw it as it was coming out. The data mine and just spam image after image of you know, reskin. We're like, geez, how many characters are they doing this for? Yeah, and most of them look really good. Yeah. Like the Anakin, it looks, they're just kind of fine to, you know, like the details. So like Old Ben actually looks more like Old Ben now, like an old man and all of that. Anakin, they just kind of did. You know, I didn't mind his old skin at all, to be fair. You know, I thought he looked fine. You know, they did a good job. Snips, they made her look a lot older now.
They made her look like Rosario Dawson, didn't they? Or
what's that?
I know the new Ahsoka they made look like Rosario Dawson's version, but I didn't see.
Well, I'm talking about the reskinning, the old Snips. Who's
I didn't see that one. Yeah,
right. Then they made her look like more of an adult now in the face. You know, so that one, like, again, they could have left her alone and just made it more. Because they are terrible at women faces, especially when they're trying to make them look young.
Well, they've gotten better about it. I mean, after Joker's Sabine and some stuff, I mean, the recent, like, they've done better with it. So it is what it is.
And then, Scavenger Ray was another one.
Yeah, Scav Ray, Old Ben, Farm Boy.
And that one is okay, because Scav Ray is more grown up, so it's all right. But
yeah.
You know, Snips one, that's the only one that I'm like, you know, it looks great, but it's also, you just made her look way older, and she's supposed to be this, you know, that's the time where she's like this little, you know, little kid type. But yeah, Anakin, I thought looked cool, and then, Old Ben.
Yeah. I thought they look good.
They're right, and, but yeah, it's interesting that they're, giving all these older characters some
touch-ups, some relooks, you know, a little plastic surgery. Yeah. All right, next question from Elliot Worsfold says, question, I have 3 Galactic Legends and 6.1 million GP. Should I go for Galactic Legend Kenobi or get my trooper team up and running first? Ooh, that's a good question. What do you think, Adastro? I don't know, I have my thoughts on this, but what do you think?
I bet I can guess what you're going to say.
Troopers, man. I mean, Relic 8 Dark Trooper is disgusting, man. That team is a Galactic Legend killer team. It is so good.
Yeah, but what if they don't have Dark Trooper? You know?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so when you say go for your troopers, I mean, the ones you need, if you're going to commit to it, you commit to it, right? Gideon,
they're all the ones that you need are all the newer ones that need to be farmed and whatnot.
I mean, I've got it. I mean, I got him out of the shipments. Dark Trooper was the only piece I didn't have, and my God, I got him at Relic 8 Jedi Master Dasher. He just owns. It's just dumb. It's like, oh, you put C down. That's sweet. You put Jedi Master or Jedi Master Luke down. Well, that's sweet of you. Meet Dark Trooper.
Oh, for sure. I love them. So, I mean, that one obviously it depends on where they're at in their it's going to be a while before you see all the requirements of this new GL. So you
Yeah.
could technically prepare on that front. Like if you have, like this first set of Rex, it isn't too bad. So if you have that, you can kind of just wait and see, what else they have coming out. I mean, if you end up being like super far away, and you're closer on imps, which to Ranger's point, imps kill GLs, so they're not a waste by any means. They are a fantastic extra team right there. But it just depends on where you're at in your roster, where you need to pivot. Since you have 3 GLs, so I'm also curious which GL you're missing. That maybe you're close to whatever one you're missing as well. Because that's another thing. People who were working towards another GL, now with this announcement, they're like what do you do? Maybe you should wait before investing for an existing GL, and then kind of wait to see what the newest GL is going to be like. Because who knows, it might be the best one yet, or it might just be
middle of the road.
Meh.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, that's a great point. Is how close are you on your troopers, and Dark Trooper especially? If you want to just wait and hoard a little bit until you get Dark Trooper up before you make that decision and see what other the prerequisites are for Jedi Master Kenobi. I mean, there's no rush. You already have 3 Galactic Legends. Troopers would be great, but why don't we wait to see after the 19th what the next round of prerequisites are and where we're at before you make a final decision on that. I don't know where you are with Dark Trooper, but if you have him farmed 7 stars and you're just making a decision on gear, I mean, I'd probably still wait till the 19th and see what the next round of prerequisites are. The first round, I mean, wasn't too crazy, but you know how this is, Jamie. I'm waiting for the next 2 characters that are going to be the next Relic 8 requirements, because besides General Kenobi, we're just like Relic 7. We had to do 3 Relic 7s for the other ones. I'm betting we're going to get 3 total Relic 8s that we're going to need. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about that too, that like, do you think more Relic 8s will come out? I'm like, well, the way CG did it with having the very first set have a Relic 8 in there, I think it was kind of a hint that there's gonna be one more. I'm thinking at least just one more Relic 8 is gonna be thrown in there. But, maybe not, because it's, they could still do the Relic 7s and other things, but I don't know. I just feel like with it being in the first set, that's kind of setting the tone, that it could be like, all right, here, you already saw Relic 8 being required, but it's also a limited resource. Yes. So if they require too many of that, that's going to be terrible too. Because some people, they aren't even able to do the raid. No. They might have everything, they might even be getting cam, but they may not be able to get much on the raid. I'm not sure. I know for, not everyone's doing that either. So
that's a good point.
It's going to be, if they have too many Relic 8s, and especially again on characters that you don't need. So again, at least Kenobi is a character that can make sense because of the fleet and whatnot. But like, if say they did like a Relic 8 mace or something like that.
Well, we know it's Relic 3, but I'm thinking old Ben might get that Relic 8 tag. I'm like, oh no.
So it's like, to be honest, like what character would be feasible, quote unquote feasible, for another Relic 8 requirement? Like another, I guess it could be. I mean, what if it was like a Relic 8 Qui-Gon Jinn?
Oh God, I think there'd be riots in the streets. Like, really, Qui-Gon? Good God,
Cody, I'm thinking is gonna be like at least the Relic 5.
I think so too.
What I'm thinking. Then more of the council members, I'm thinking it'll be like Relic 3s, maybe, because it's. I mean. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll have to wait till the 19th, and then we can.
Right. Yeah, because that'll really, we're kind of, one set is only a small glimpse of what we're in for. But I'm enjoying it. Just sitting back, relaxing.
Well, did you have Bo-Katan ready to rock and roll?
I sure did.
I did too.
I was one of those that.
I was one too. Yes, I did too.
So like, because they had all the Mando stuff happening, right?
Yeah.
And then when they announced Bo, I'm like, oh, this could be our missing piece. We keep waiting for like one more Mandalorian.
We were wrong.
We were wrong. And, oh, were we wrong? Oh my God. So she was no Catan.
Yeah,
Everyone's calling her no
unfortunately.
Catan because
Yeah,
she's just so bad. I'm like, just you wait. She's gonna be required for something, and then it'll make it less painful.
Yeah,
And so when this got announced,
yeah, we're full of
people
shit.
tagged me
Yeah,
like, well,
we're full of
she's
shit.
of use now at Astra.
We're full of shit. Yeah. Speaking of relics, look who just popped in. We got Warrior from Warrior Present. What's going on, player?
What's going on?
Man, we're just covering all these questions and news, man. How are you feeling about the old Galactic Legend Jedi Master Kenobi and other news we got this week, brother?
Well, that was the gentleman I thought was coming into the game, and I figured Relicates would be required, and sure as day, Relicates required, at least for one, so par for the course.
Now, what do you guys think of the announcement of Ahsoka? Now, this one was, I thought, was kind of cool. You can, if you get the packs and you do 3 Conquest Max rewards, you'll have her 7-starred after 3 conquests.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it sounds like we're going to still get the ships in a reduced amount, but get her, and then you get her maxed out within 3. So they're going to really be stacking the rewards. It sounds like. I knew they weren't going to rework the one we had. Why do that? There's no money in that kind of thing, so they want you to be really focused on conquest. But I do like that we don't have to get her in a way that's going to, in theory, cost a lot of money. I'll be able to do conquest and get her, and it's nice to know she'll be almost as powerful as like Gas in that sense. She's not going to be quite that level, but almost that level, and that it'll only take about 3 months to get her maxed out. So that sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, how you
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, obviously she got a little overshadowed with the GL announcement, but I was excited for that too, getting a commander stip, and again, the unique way of getting her. I was surprised at how quickly they're already going to push back the Razor Crest shards though, because that's we're barely gonna be unlocking that thing, and they're already gonna be pushing to limit it. So I was kind of surprised at how quickly that occurred. But I agree, it's cool that for just participation you'll be able to get a new character. So it's looking forward to seeing what she can do.
All right. Next question from author. Olivenstein. Question: with Galactic Legend Kenobi coming, you think we will get more the 2/12 clones, like Waxer and Bill? Do we think we're gonna get more clones for this? I don't think we are. Do you think we'll get?
We're getting the Bad Batch, so there's our new clones.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, they're not going to be the 2/12. I mean, I don't know if we're getting more.
I mean, they might rework Cody, maybe like Cody and Sarge. Maybe they'll give them a touch up or something. But
maybe. But I don't think we're getting more clones. What do you think? We're getting more clones after the Bad Batch and Kenobi? Are going to do instead of the 5 first with the 2/12?
No, not at all.
No.
We're going to get a new Echo. I'm positive of that.
Sure.
That's leading to the 5th.
For sure.
Yep.
Absolutely so. All right. Gappy question: is a 3-star Gear 11 Dark Trooper a better 5th on an Imperial Trooper team ahead of Range Trooper, Death Trooper, Snow, Short, etc.?
No.
Not unless you have the other pieces. When by other pieces, I mean you have to have like Gideon and Piet for it. But typically, no. I mean, you can use them. And it also depends too on where you are in your GP and what kind of teams you're facing. If you're in that range where it's Gear 11, Gear 12 you're facing, sure, he's going to wreck. But if you're like developing it now and you're like Division 2 or Division 1 or something like that, well, let's say Division 3, Division 2, maybe Division 4, it's not going to be as effective against the teams because they're probably going to be rugged or something you're trying to use them on. You got thoughts on this, Warrior?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It's got to be against comparable like teams, but I had him at Relic 5 and OK mods, and he sucked horribly. I took him to Relic 8. And, I put him to Relic 8 with proper mods, and he's awesome.
Yes.
It made a huge difference to mod him properly, but have the extra relics. But I'm also going against I'm using him against insane teams. So I mean, but when I was taking him against C, he couldn't win, but then take him to Relic 8 with proper mods, he could win. So it's like, or taking him against, like when I went into these challenges where I had to try to go against, like that last challenge we just did yesterday. At the last time that came around, he was at Relic 5 with OK Mods, and no, I actually took him out and put in Death Trooper and did it, but put him in and I couldn't do it. Now with Relic 8, I took Death Trooper out, put him in, and he just smokes it. So there's a huge difference between, a few Relic levels and some better mods, and at the highest level. And so you drop it even lower than Relic 5 at the highest end, and it makes he will suck even more. So, but I mean, if you're at the low end where you're fighting like your 10, your 11 characters, he's probably going to be okay. So I guess you just have to be of similar gearing level.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, once you get him to Relic 7, Relic 8, that dude is a monster. I was using him the other day. I was watching Loki the other day using it. He's like, Darth Vader, why don't we use troopers? And he just went in there with Dark Trooper, one-shotted the entire team. I was like, oh my god, he's stupid. I mean, oh, that dude is ridiculous. All right, Moma Nadan says, question, any chance Ambo is required for, and then the question got cut off. So Moma, if you want to re-answer your question, it got cut off here. I don't know if you got cut off or what happened here, but I didn't get your full question. So re-put your question in, Moma, and we'll get to it. All right, Gav P, question. What are you working on to be prepped for extra teams in GSC? I'm getting my Imp teams to Relic and getting the BAM team to Gear 13. We've got a lot of questions about this, guys. For us, we've got a lot of teams that we can use and a lot of flexibility. I was talking about this earlier, that you're going to start seeing more Night Sisters and Geonosians in that Division 2 to 3 range, even a little bit higher, where we have to have an extra team or two. You may see those teams start popping up back on offense and defense. I was also mentioning the BAM team and some other teams that, maybe hadn't really thought about and have to knock the dust off, like troopers, bounty hunters, things of that nature. Even the prepared team, we were talking about it. What do you guys think with the changes to the next round of GAC, with more teams going to be required? What do you think are some of the teams and tunes that you guys think people are going to have to use, or what should they focus on?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because I mean, like right now, I often have teams that are unused.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, since I'm staying in Division 1, it's gonna be 4 more teams. I mean, that's gonna be a lot. So I've been thinking about that as well. I was jokingly saying like, oh, maybe a Jawa, like I'll set Jawa, because people have been doing that when they relic them up. You see Jawa teams sometimes now. So like just fun extra teams like that. But for me, I'm looking at like how I can split my Jedi, because I do occasionally set other Jedi leader teams and stuff. So I might be doing that a bit more strategically, I suppose.
Yeah.
BAM team is absolutely a good extra one. I've been setting that one, and it not always, more often than not, I get at least one hold on it with the team I've been setting. So it's like, that one, I'll continue to use that one on defense for sure, because it's so good. But now it's just a question of, so for me, I usually favor a heavy defense setup. So I don't know if I'll be able to still do that. Because if I set too much now, right, when the changes hit, will I have enough now to get the clear? So I'm curious to see, like, I'm going to start off that way. I'm going to set my typical heavy defenses and just see, will I have the offense? Because if, they might struggle to clear me, so it might go back to the old grudge match setup, where it's like, who will get the furthest?
Yeah.
But I think on the flip side, you're going to have people that are going to just cheese more, to ensure.
Oh, yeah. I definitely going to be more efficiency battles from a lot of people, because they may be top heavy with Galactic Legends, but they don't have a lot of the other teams developed and stuff. So they're going to try to play Galactic Legends up front and efficiency, as their option. Where were you with your GP?
8.3 mil.
Okay, so you're Division 1? Okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you're going to see there's going to be, you're going to have to break up your separatists into multiples. You're going to have to do your Jedi into multiples. You're going to have to do rebels, potentially, scoundrels. You're going to see multiple scoundrel teams, multiple bounty hunter teams. You'll have to have like one offense bounty hunter, one defense bounty hunter, one offense scoundrels, one defense scoundrels, or something like that. I mean, you're going to have to think like that a little bit more. And then once you have it established, you can start to tweak them each time you see you don't get a good hold or something. the best players do things like a guy I just went against. He's a Kyber combatant. I don't know how he'll do on my defense. I did clear him, but he's got some really unique defenses. But for example, he put his bugs on defense, but he put Newt in lead of the bugs. You know what I mean? Like it's separatists, and the bugs are all separatists, and they get extra speed. You know what I mean? And potency and stuff like that with the extortion. So it's like it's a tweak. And then of course his Newt's like 320 plus speed. So it's like one character tweaked out really, really good and makes the bugs insanely good. So, sometimes just tweaking little teams like bugs or bugs. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to bring them back onto defense. Well, throw one character in that leader slot, and now the bugs aren't just a mediocre 10% defensive hold. Now they're a 40% defensive hold team. So it's one of those things. You've got to start getting a little more creative. And then, of course, now your GG team, you're going to have to raise your relic levels a little because it doesn't have Newt on it. And you need a faster B1 with higher offense. So pay more attention to him. So things get a little hairier, a little dicier. You have to pay more attention to certain things. You know what I mean? But it's what separates, the boys from the men, metaphorically speaking. Anyway, it's good.
Return of some of the older teams too, when you have everyone splitting up their rosters again. Like, you remember we have the Kira teams, the Karth teams, so you might see like weird combinations with them as well. But I agree to that point of the creativity. I've been seeing that more as well. Like everyone has a counter to the usual same teams. So now you start seeing people that are changing up. Like, well, you know how to counter this comp. How about this one? And they just change out like 2 characters or something, and it changes the whole team. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, people are starting to think about that more, or certain opponents, I mean. So you might see even more of that now with this change, because you're having to really stretch your rosters, especially. What is the entry for Division 1? Is it 7?
7.8. And my professional recommendation for everybody listening to the sound of my voice right now, and everyone's probably wondering, how are we going to do this, is how you do it today. You've got your very best defense you can afford to lose, and your very best offense that you believe you can chew through their defense, right? This is how everyone who wants to win should be doing it. This is the absolute lowest offense I can afford to have and chew through what I believe they're going to set. And then this is the absolute highest defense I can afford to set and still believe I can chew through. I mean, this is how you should be doing it. Now you're going to have to pull. If you've got 2 extra teams now, or let's say for me, it's 4 extra teams, you now should pull from that defensive set, those 2 teams or those 4 teams. And now you're going to have to get real creative with your remaining roster to backfill your defense. And you're going to have to decide, do I backfill the backside or the front side? Do I want to make them chew through my front line and waste good teams wondering what's in the back? Or do I want to put easier backfill front, and they can waste teams to get to the back, and then the back be harder? Like, there's strategy either way, but that's my professional recommendation, is backfill. Take from your defense for your offense for now until you have stronger teams, so that way you're assured the clear. Because if you can't clear, you're not gonna win. I can't tell you how many times I burned myself by setting the tougher, what I think is the tougher defense, and then I lose. I just inevitably keep losing. And so the only times I'm getting these 3-0s, 2-1s is when I give myself enough gas in the tank to ensure I get myself a clear, and then I get my win. So pull from your defense to your offense, so you have enough gas in your tank, and then backfill with the rest of your roster. And then decide strategically how you want to do that. Either make a shell on the front that's real tough, or put your toughest in the back to see. But I would suggest deciding that for yourself.
There you go. All right, what else? Next question. Are there any requirements for Galactic Legend Kenobi that a Dasher doesn't have already have above the requirements. I think she said she's already got them all.
Yeah, I have. I mean, the Jedi part. I will have all the like whatever they throw. I'm already there. You know, my Jedi are either Relic 7 or Relic 8, so I'm set on that part. And that's where I was saying earlier, like it's just been fun watching people in my guild and just watching people in general scrambling to Relic up their Jedi. I'm just like, yep, I'm good on that part.
Do you have all the Bad Batch at Relic 5?
Yeah, that is the one that I'm waiting on. Right now, I'm doing a slow approach, so I took them all to 5-star. Because I don't think every single one is going to be required. I'm thinking, you know, I don't think like the entire Bad Batch will be required. But you never know.
I don't think Bad Batch is going to be required for this. I think you're going to use them for something else.
You don't think any of them would be?
No.
I
think they're the last 5.
You think they're going to be the last 5?
Yes,
oh, yeah?
I think they're the last 5.
Well, because what I'm thinking, so this is what I was thinking, is that they're required to get an Echo. That they're going to be required to get Echo, and I think Echo is going to be required for Kenobi, is what I'm thinking it's going to be.
See, the thing is that with the Bad Batch just being released, and if they do make that a requirement, I'm not spending a dime on this game again, because it's bad enough that they went back to the old packs. I was talking to Crumb, I asked Crumb about this, about the packs, when he was on the stream a couple weeks back. But Bad Batch, the thing that makes me really turn me off on the Bad Batch, one, I think they're an okay team right now. I'm still waiting for the other kids to make a final call on it, but I think they're solid. But there's nothing that's blowing me away on them. The amount of Kyrotechs on that team total is going to be like 2,000 if the trends continue.
But yeah, did you see Wreckers? He was the latest ridiculous with the carbs to Kyro.
Yeah, it's just I'm just talking Kyrotechs. I'm not even talking about the other nonsense that's with their.
But yeah, that's where I honestly think, because we all know they're leading to get us an Echo, right? Like we're all thinking that they're going to be, because then you also have Snips. But we're not gonna get her until 3 months at least.
Yeah.
So because some people are thinking, well, what if she's required? I'm thinking if she's gonna be required for something, she'll be required for the counterpart GL, especially if it ends up being Fallen Anakin. I could see her maybe being required for that, but that would also be kind of limiting to. But that's why I'm thinking the Bad Batch, that they're going to be needed to get us the new Echo, and then he would be the one needed for
one
the
character
GL.
that's needed.
Yeah, they did that for Jedi Master Luke. You had the requirements within the requirements who are needed for these requirements. So they could totally do something like that again.
The problem is he exists in the time frame the Bad Batch exists, so they're going to use that justification too. They brought out a bunch of marquee characters and then shoved them into Kylo and Rey. That, if you guys don't remember, they did that. It was one of the reasons why I quit the game.
That's what I'm saying.
The first time, because they did. They brought out multiples.
It was 2 each, right?
Yeah, 2 each. That's 4. So you know what I mean. They're doing 4 right now, so it would be par, literally par for the course for them to bring out 4 marquees, and they make them farmable in the store for crystals within a month. So they'll use that whole like, well, you can get them with crystals in the store, right now. And then they'll make them farmable, or prematurely. And so for anyone that spent money, they'll slap you in the face. And so they'll make it relatively quick. And they'll say, it's going into the thing anyway. You don't have to do it right now. You can do it whenever. You can take your time. This is meant to be a thing over time. So I 100% believe the last 5 are going to be Bad Batch. I really do.
That'd be too many then. Like Ranger just said, like you didn't have 5 brand new for the same, and then we already had Bo-Katan as a marquee, so then they have them on. But yeah, I mean, obviously we can do is speculate.
Yeah, but she's already in with the crystals and the weekly shipments and you know what I mean? Like by the time they launch him, they'll probably make her farmable and use that as the excuse. Everyone's farmable except for these 4, and they're in crystal packs or shipments already.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be like Cody and some other characters. I think it's where they're going to make the bang for the buck here is
the first
Cam.
5 were the ones most people had or could have access to. The second 5 will be like more obscure but more likely to have and less likely to make you mad, and the third 5 are going to be the ones that are going to make us the most mad. If there's a cam requirement, it'll be in the last 5. But
yeah, that's what I was saying.
If there's a cam requirement, there will be a massive wave of quitting, because it will destroy guilds, absolutely destroy guilds.
Yeah,
like worse than anything on earth.
Yeah, I was saying that on the can stuff. I mean, they're not going to be stupid about that. They're going to put him in weekly shipments. They're going to put packs that you can get him finished off with, if that's the choice. But I don't think they're going to do Cam and the Bad Batch and a bunch of stuff for Jedi Master Kenobi. I think it's going to be all these Jedi that we have never wanted to work on, because there's always so many characters that we're just like, never in a million years would I work on this character like Luminara to Relic, but I guess I have to do it now, so yeah, I'm not Jedi Master Dastra. So I think we're going to get Qui-Gon, Cody, Luminara, Iva Gundy, all these people that are on the council. It's going to be like, oh god, I have to take all these characters.
I'm thinking they're just going to hit the council members, because I was also laughing like, well, what if they do Jedi Knight Guardian? I would lose my mind. I would laugh so hard.
I would like, no,
but she's
sorry.
too obscure. I don't think they would, she wasn't in the council. She's just this extra, but that would be.
We'll see.
When did they say the second batch was coming out on the 18th?
The 19th of May, yeah.
19th of May, so we have till the 19th. Well, that's 3 weeks.
Prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourselves for pain. We'll see. That last batch of the requirements are like 4 Bad Batch and Cam. I'm just gonna be like, well, y'all just missed a golden opportunity for me to spend some money in this game, because there's no way in this good green earth that I'm taking the Bad Batch to Relic anytime soon, because as I said, their gearing is ridiculous. So it's bad enough you have to try to get them to 7 stars. It'd be worse with their gear. So I mean, that's an ungodly amount of card text, just ridiculous. So all right, meow meow question: Ranger, have you ever beaten the cam mission? Yes, but most times I get my ass kicked, but I do beat it.
Yay!
Yeah, I've beat it a few times, and then the other times I've just got absolutely raffle stomped. John Moran question: what do you think Galactic Legends will be like? Keywords on him? Well, they did say that in the post, didn't they, guys? That they were going to do stuff. I mean, we're going to see stuff like "So Uncivilized" or "Hello There."
He better have high ground as either his ultimate or an ability. I have the high ground. That better be in there. And yes, hello there better be in there. Like, those are my 2 those abilities. It has to be named. I mean, come on, because they even said that things he's known for, like lines and things he's known for in that movie and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, people.
Well,
he has entire memes dedicated to him on just those 2 lines. Like, come on.
Well, then we also know that his kid's going to have 6 Zetas. It's going to have a bunch of stuff. I mean, we don't know what specifically, but I don't know. Warrior, anything on thoughts on this?
I'm still over here trying to get Sith Eternal Emperor's last 2 Zetas. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys see all the artwork overhaul that they're doing with a number of characters?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, the reskins.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Making the characters look good again. I hope they go back and do Jyn Erso's face and some of the others, like Stick Ray and some of the other people.
They are doing Stick Ray, yeah.
They already did Stick Ray.
Yeah.
Or that she was announced. Yeah, they announced like a ton of them in a row. The only one I was laughing about was poor Snips. They're putting like an adult face on the little kid Snips.
I did notice that. I was a bit shocked. She looks like, she almost looks like the older version that is coming into the game. I'm like, oh, what'd you do? What did you do? Like, why? That was one they didn't have to do. And then old Ben looks like he's got the Rona. He looks like he's got a Snuffles or something.
He looks old now at least.
But his nose is like red and his ears are red. He looks like he's got the sniffles or something. Just a little, like he's got the Rona or something. I'm like, oh God, he's sick. He caught something. I was like, Ben needs a shot.
He needs some Bacta.
Yeah, his
he's a type of back.
He's old. He's
Anakin
immunocompromised.
looks. I mean, I thought Anakin already looked pretty good before, but yeah, they made him more like the actor now.
Hayden Christensen, yeah.
Yeah, they gave him some sheen hair.
Yep, yeah, they made his hair more wavy.
So glow.
And then Farm Boy Luke was the other one too.
Yeah, Farm Boy Luke, man, his hair. That was what I noticed. His hair was like waving in the wind. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, we're getting all these reskins. What about some reworks now, people? Come on.
I know. The art team, at least, is they're
stepping up their game. Yep. So, and you've noticed it too. I mean, since last year with Mando and Grief, those are the first characters we saw this big improvement on the look of the characters. And then Cara came out, and then every character since then has looked really good. I mean, they're really attention to detail, and it looks really good. So, I've been quite pleased with that. All right, next question, Dark Sign 1972 question. What is the maximum cantina energy you can hoard? Since I'm getting 100 a day from CG, I'm hoarding right now just in case something drops to cantina, and I have a buttload of relic materials. I think, what's the max? 1,200? 1,400?
Well, what you can buy, or like you can roof up to 1K, 1,000 of it.
Yeah, something like that.
And after that, you can only get the bonus energy. You can't buy anymore, but you can still collect your bonus energy from your daily or whatever the bonus energy that you get each day. And then if any of those packs, you can buy the energy from there. And then we're getting all this free cantina energy, which is interesting that they're doing that. My spidey senses are going crazy, like, oh, this is, they're giving us free cantina energy and nothing else. Why?
Well, they're doing the double drops.
Man, if I was going for a regular GL right now, I'd be a pretty happy camper with the game. I mean, older characters have natural double drops. New characters are getting double drops. You're getting cantina energy for free. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good time to be going for a GL. It really is.
Yeah, I've been using mine just to hoard the relic material. I mean, I'm like, sure, give me that 100, then I'll spend 300 crystals of energy, and then I'm just like farming the shit out of the right side scavenger pieces, so.
I'm doing a side project. I'm a terrible human being. I'm working on young Han Solo.
Young Han Solo. There you go.
Everybody in my guild is like, everyone's over here chasing the new GL, and you can see it's like, Bo-Katan, 4 or 5, relic, blah, blah, blah. This person, gear 13, gear 13, all these characters that make sense. And then here's Warrior, young Han Solo makes it to relic level. And everybody's like, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, what are you doing, Warrior? You confuse me.
Wait, makes it to relic level. Did you relic 8 him?
I'm going to take him to relic 7, relic 8, because listen, if you're going to take this idiot to relics, you got to do it all the way. And you got to make his mods 6E, and you got to slice him and all that, because he can go over 400 speed. Young Han Solo can easily get over 400 speed. He can go about 450. And he has stacking offense, man, that just never stops until he's dead. And so with stacking speed, stacking offense, he's a fun character, but he's a total selfish ambition. And he's one of those I've always wanted to do, but I just never had the capability. Well, now I'm at the bottom of my roster where I'm looking at like Tuskens and Ewoks, and I'm like, no, no. The meme with the rabbit. No. So I'm like, I'm doing you're going next, and I'm waiting till the 19th for more GL requirements. So he's my project.
Well, if we get a fallen Anakin, I bet you Tuskens, did you'll relic up those Tuskens.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. That's like Rose. Rose was the very last character that I begrudgingly did for Rey, and if I have to do them, they will be the very last on the totem pole for sure. Because I even thought about Luke. Yeah. Like even Luke is, they could tweak his character a little bit, like Farm Boy Luke, because he's got stacking offense as well. I was looking at some of the old characters, like which old characters would be fun to have at Relic 7. And Farm Boy Luke actually would be a fun Relic 7 character with the stacking offense. He'd be on a Rebel team for this new GAC with 4 teams. If you had like a Relic 7 rebel team with like Han, the Han, the whatever the Han is, the one that's got all the defense, the stormtrooper Han, have him as like the lead, and then have like a Relic 7, farm boy Luke. People would be like, oh, this is an easy team, I can easily take this out, bro. And then all of a sudden he's like stacking offense and stuns and dots and stacking damage, and they're like, what the hell is going on? How am I dying? It'd be fun to have weird teams like that. I don't know, I'm starting to think about like stupid characters now, because well, we need to build new teams.
Right. Well, it's crazy too, Richard Farboy Luke, that a lot of people don't realize that he has 2 Zetas. They gave this guy 2 Zetas, and like they didn't like rework him more. They could have done a better job with him for sure.
Yeah, never do the leader Zeta, but the other Zeta, I've seen a number of people do the the unique Zeta, and it's like it's an okay Zeta, not awesome, but.
All right.
You don't even have Zeta to spare.
Better fix that Sith Eternal there, warrior.
Yeah, you can move on from him. He sucks.
Yeah.
He's the worst. I'm like, as long as Kenobi is better than Sith Eternal.
Oh, God.
A very low bar in the Galactic Legend world.
It's better than this.
I've ran Sith Eternal with 3 Zeta for like since the beginning. I literally just gave him a 4th Zeta. 3 Zeta. I didn't even have the protection regeneration on him. And and I've never lost on the C-Watt combo. I've ever.
Well, yeah,
never
Watt helps tremendously.
Yeah, but people are like, oh, well, you need to be able to use that middle protection regeneration, especially when they've got Rey, Relic 7, because she's going to put that healing immunity down, and then all that damage with Relic 7 characters, they're going to smoke you. And and they're like, oh, you got to get your health over 170,000, and my health is like 110. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think you just don't know how to play. But anyway.
All right, guys, keep getting your questions in. We're going to go again for a little bit while here. So as long as you guys keep the questions coming in, we'll keep answering them.
Real quick,
yeah.
Just want to shout out to, I was reading the comment section. Gav P, congratulations on getting Jedi Master Luke Ultimate. That's
nice.
Awesome. You're going to see, it's a lot of fun, especially in, I like using him in TV. That's just great. You can get to the ultimate really quickly. In Arena, you may not need it as much, to be honest, because you're killing whatever you're killing, but it's still a lot of fun to be able to use it.
Jedi Master Dash, you would have been happy. I used Jedi Master Luke against Rey the other day and just smoked her ass.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're going to put this Rey team down. All right, Jedi Master Luke going in there. Got to his ultimate, like, you're toast. It just was one-shotting. Like, we killed Finn before he could even get into, like, his little thing. I was like, oh, did you die, Finn? That sucks. So it does come in handy.
Here's a fun one. It wasn't put as a question, but he put it there when we were talking about the Division 1 stuff. It made me laugh because we already see it a lot, the auto deploys. Do you think there's going to be more auto deploys when we have the new GA? Do you think there's going to be more auto deploys in Division 1 or in general?
That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, people that are going to play are going to play.
I don't think it, honestly, because it's still, like, I still see auto deploys once in a while. Like, people either
I haven't seen one in a while myself.
Or they just don't care. You see it more in 3s, though, I feel like, than 5s, because, a lot of people hate 3s. But I didn't think about that either. Like, yeah, we're going to see an influx in these auto deploys with the new brackets, that are people just, a lot of people not going to care as much, or is it going to be about the same, the same people that do it or forget, or
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, maybe they don't like the changes. Maybe they don't have the teams. Maybe they get fed up with GC. Maybe the combination of more teams and then 3v3. People might auto deploy, just join GAC to get what rewards they can and not give a shit. I don't know. Warrior, do you think you're gonna get more auto deploys? I don't ever see them in my Division 2.
I think you're going to see a lot more people quit, like give up, than I think auto deploy. I think there are going to be people that try to set some defense, but then end up giving up halfway through battles, like, you know, do 2 or 3 or 4 battles and then say F it, because they're like, I don't have enough, you know, juice in the tank kind of thing.
Right.
So I think that's what we're gonna see.
All right. All right. Moma got his question in. He says, "Do you think Embo may be required for the Kenobi Galactic Legend?" Huh. Embo. I mean,
I don't know why they would.
I know he's part of the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, because that would be like, you know, he had the Django in there too.
I'm just Embo. You know, if anything, I probably would be more. I'd be less shocked if Cad Bane was one, because him and Kenobi had some fights back in the day.
That's true. I mean, all of the those bounty hunter, you know, Aura, Cad.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would require any bounty hunters though, like, because they have enough already to draw from the Galactic Republic their people, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
traditionally, it's the vast, almost 100% of characters required are the same light side or dark side. And if they have one light side, it's like a family member kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's normally like, since he's light side, it's going to be light side characters. I don't see it going, you know, a dark side unless there was a specific like Maul. You know what I mean? Like, I could see Maul being required, but that would be it.
Yeah, I think on the flip side, again, with the Anakin track, Embo may be in there because, you know, the dark side, and Anakin dealt with a lot of these bounty hunter guys. So.
No, we'll see. I mean, it could happen. You never know with CG, but I say most likely than not we'll see that for this new Galactic Legend. But there's always that possibility CG does some crazy stuff. Dexatronics says, question, how is everyone doing today? Don't have a solo question, just want to say what's up. Well, that's nice of you, Dexatronic. How is everybody's day? Warrior, how was your day? Are you working today, brother?
Yeah, I'm literally just got in the car and I'm headed to work, and I'll be having to jump off the call here in about 10 minutes.
So there's the answer. Yeah. And then JMA, how's your day?
Going good. I mean, still a long ways to go today, but it started off good morning so far.
There you go. Now, are you going to be able to join us on the lady stream tonight?
I'm a strong maybe. It's a 80% chance that I'll be there.
Come on.
So we got high odds.
Okay, high odds. So we'll take that then. All right, next question. Darsign 1972 says, question, the only reason I'm excited for Galactic Legend Kenobi is for Lightside TV. As well, I'm really disappointed that I got no advantage in Arena any longer. Does it seem CG has taken away the Wells advantage? Well, that's a great question.
Well, that's where the argument for Cam, because that would separate a lot of people, because that's been a constant thing, and this is our 5th GL. You know, we already talked about this, but, you know, and that's kind of where we're at this, like, divisive point, you know, the people that are standing, the people that aren't, and then the people that are kind of in between. So it's like, and we are in desperate need of shakeups. We more so on the fleet arena than, you know, the ground arena, to be honest. But it's just, you know, they gotta do something.
Speaking of fleet, I cannot wait. Literally 1 week away from testing bounty hunters in Fleet Arena.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that.
It'd be nice with the ship.
Unlocking the ship in a week. And the funny thing is it was supposed to be more than a month away from unlock, but because of their mess up and 10 shard give, now we're going to be unlocking it a month early. So I'm pretty excited about being able to test it. I know it'll only be a 5-star unlock, but it seems to me that this ship at even 5 stars, I mean, you're going to have a houndstooth as your take. So I think that the utility of this ship, even at 5 stars, is going to be pretty impressive. So I'm excited to do some testing and see. I mean, if it's a turd at 5 stars, I won't judge it too harshly, but I'm really hoping that it shines pretty decently at 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm hopeful too. It's gotta, you know, again, because they aren't giving us like any ships So it's like this one, I hope it'll be fun to have something to play around with, but it's still going to be a while before we have a 7-star. And as we all know, 7-star is different than 5-star. And then, but see their comment of, in the that road ahead, the announcements, when they had that line to expect a ship load of, so I'm hoping that means they're giving us more ships, like nudge nudge. It was in their wording, and we know how CG is with when I do stuff like that. So I'm hoping that means that, because if this is the only ship we get for the year, that would be terrible. It's just like, come on, CG. But
we'll talk about going back into the Wells advantage. I've seen that in my charts.
Back to Sion's question.
Well, it's interesting because, a lot of people are complaining about it. It doesn't really bother me because I'm like, okay, it's a bunch of Sith Eternals that have popped up in these newer players that are going in there. I'm like, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I go in and still do my battles in Arena and get one every day, right? So I'm not, because like, okay, it's Sith Eternal. Let me just go run Kylo. Thank you for the free win. I think it's just more annoying that people are dropping further back against, all these Sith Eternal teams that have popped up in the Shard here recently. Because it's not anything else. They're not running Kylo. They're not running Rey or anything like that because they don't have it. They just have their Sith Eternal team and then they're going in there and climbing, right? Because you can climb.
Well, that's exactly it. People are catching up. Like that's similar in my arena. Like I don't know where these people come from because it's like I'm, very early Shard, right?
Same.
So it's like I've had people that retire, but now I keep seeing these people out of nowhere climbing up with they get Supreme Leader for the first time, right? And then they can finally climb now. And then you have those people that have Sith Eternal. So it's like way later that they're doing it. So yeah, the playing field isn't as I don't know what you call it, but I mean I would still say there was an advantage to it because you were getting everything first, right? You're getting everything. It's just we're in like kind of a lull, so people are catching up. Is all that is, and all these GLs can defeat each other. So if someone just gets one of the GL, they can pretty much counter most of the other ones, depending, especially if they get Supreme Leader, like that guy. I hate to say it, but he's still the best in all the game modes. He's the raid king. He can counter everything. He can, so. I still see that by Rita. Hey, we want to join. Like this guy is climbing up now, and he's like a 4 mil, just has Supreme Leader, but that's all you need to climb up. Yeah. And it's like, so it's pretty interesting to see.
It'll separate
now with these new GL. So you are going to be ahead of the curve, once you get GL Kenobi, because he is going to be good. I would be surprised if he's not. It's Kenobi. Come on.
Kenobi.
And then it'll help for Lightside TV, as you noted. Like, can never have, it doesn't hurt having more awesome teams for that mode. I'm looking forward to seeing Bad Batch in action there too. Like,
oh yeah, Bad Batch is going to destroy that
teams.
mission. Yeah.
We just need more ships to go with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you just have to kind of. This happens all the time. The free to play catches up, and then the Wells, then the new character comes out, and then there's another big separation for a long period of time. And so, yeah, it's annoying, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, when I'm doing Arena, like sometimes I only drop to like 10, but some days I'm dropped like 22 or something. Like, okay. And then I look on the who's ahead of me, like, oh, okay, Sith Eternal, huh? Let me just put in Kylo here. 2 minutes later or less, I'm like, okay, that was a nice easy win. Oh, another Sith Eternal. Let me just kill the shit out of that. All right, I'm back in the top 10. That was 2 battles. I'm like, I'm good to go. So
it's more fun too, right? That you're fighting different things. Like it's not just the same over and over, right?
Well, people get terrified of Galactic Legends, and I'm just the opposite. Like when you face them enough times in GAC and stuff like that, they're just another team. You just have to know what counter to work. I mean, it's like you don't. I mean, you see Rey or anything. When you fight them enough in Arena, you're just like, okay, I know what this can do, and I know what team I have, and I'm just going to counter. Whether it's using Jedi Knight Luke in a counter against, like, I practice that stuff. If I see Kylo, I'll go, all right, let me just use my Jedi Knight Luke team here just to practice it for a little bit. Or, like the other day I was like, the main team you're seeing is Jedi Knight Revan lead. I'm like, let me do Jedi Master Luke lead. I haven't practiced that in a little bit. Let me go Jedi Master Luke with the same team, but just run that with Watt and go against this Jedi Knight Revan team. And it destroyed it. I mean, you just have to learn how to do it, and just, practice makes, there's the trained and the untrained, and the more you do it, the better you're going to be. I mean, you'll be fine. All right, let's get in here. Next question. Sorry, I'm refreshing. Bear with me. What else in the 3 question? Who will be the one dark side character for Kenobi, the one light side character for Lord Vader, if it is going to be Lord Vader, but we pretty much know it's going to be Lord Vader. For Kenobi, who do you think, if there's always that one character, the dark side character, who do we think it's going to be? I've heard Dooku thrown out there, but then he was used for Palpatine, so I'm like, no, that's not going to work.
That's where you're like Maul, like you're mixing Maul, he would make sense.
Well, Maul was used for Palpatine, so I'm like, would they require the same character for 2 characters? I'm trying to think of characters that have not been used.
Oh, that's a good point, like so they don't overlap, right?
Yeah, so I was like, who the hell would be the dark side character? And I'm at a loss. Like, who the hell's... And then I thought, oh, yes. General Grievous.
Right. Duh.
Talk about your Relic 7 character you're going to need for Kenobi. There you go. General Grievous. He's going to be one.
You need him Relic 8. It would be a Relic 8 Grievous.
It's like, oh, God damn it. Like I was really struggling. I was like, oh no, Grievous. It's going to be Grievous. It's going to be Relic 8 Grievous. You're going to need a Relic 8 Grievous or Relic 7 Grievous for... Which is not bad. I mean, if you look at... If that's a requirement, that's not a bad requirement.
There was only one of the 4 GLs that required an opposite color, character.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well,
Kylo was all, First Order prerequisites. Rey was all for Resistance prerequisites.
That's true.
JML was all Rebel and Jedi prerequisites.
Yeah, they keep in the same faction. This was just a what-if question.
So I guess there was only Sith Eternal that had Jedi Anakin as a requirement.
Right.
Huh. Maybe
so I don't know if they would even do that. And like I said, the only one that makes sense for me, it would be like Maul because of their intimate relationship.
Sure.
But that's already been used. Maul's already been used, so I don't really see that. Unless they brought in a new Maul, which would be really dope. Spider-Legs Maul. I've been wanting that.
I don't know about Spider-Legs Maul, but the version we got in season 7 of the Clone Wars, where he's got his normal legs, but I mean, he looked pimp. That fight between him and Ahsoka.
Or just even when he had when he was on Mandalore as
yeah.
during the time. I mean, it'd be cool to have another version of Maul because the Maul we have is okay, but
he's garbage. He sucks.
I mean, they do different iterations of so many freaking characters in the game. They're gonna do another iteration. Do it the iteration that we want.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see it.
Give us the that new Sidious from the Night Sister event, right?
Oh yeah, right.
It's just one shot everything.
I hate that. I only do the mythic. Even my Night Sister. I mean, a few of them are Relic, Doctor's Rogue 5 and some other stuff. And I'm just I get that challenge tier 1. I'm like, okay, let me try this thing, and I'm dead. Okay, well that didn't work out very well, so we'll just move on.
Oh yeah, Vet. We had the vets. Vet Han for Supreme Leader. So there you go. That was another light side.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the vets
Vet
had to
Han.
get split up.
Yeah.
They split everything.
They did do
so
that.
You know,
that's right.
light side mixed in there, if it makes sense.
Yeah, they did have Vet Han for SLKR, so that was a light side character. C needed Jedi Anakin, but then the other 2 didn't. That was a good, so who knows?
Definitely possible. Yeah, it's not out of the realm that they could have a light side, dark side.
Yeah, it's a possibility, and if I'm thinking,
and it was also, but I think also to that point, they were pretty limited on what the requirements would be, because the First Order faction isn't exactly the biggest faction, so they kind of had to, add to it.
That's true. If it's a Jedi,
and it made sense,
plenty of Jedi.
The vets. And that again, those were the marquees too. So I mean, it's you gotta think in the terms of CG as well as does this make sense or does it not make sense?
All right. Next question. From Stonewall question: when Kenobi does get released, do you think the arena team will be Kenobi, Gash, GML, Jedi Revan, and Watt? LOL. I don't think so.
You.
Well, it's hard. How can you not use? You can use Watt anywhere. Christ's sakes! I mean, you put Watt in any team, you're just like, I'm good to go.
Right. It's the same, and it's like the same Jedi too. Yeah, you have Gas.
Yeah.
Jedi Knight, Luke. Oh, you can't. Did you say Jedi Master or did you say that?
Let's see. It was Gash, Jedi Master. Well, yeah. I think he has Gash.
Oh, what he meant Jedi Knight.
Will be Kenobi, Gas.
Yeah, because you can't have two deals.
You can't have GGL, so probably Jedi Luke.
Yeah, he's
Jedi
basically
Revan,
saying, will
Watt.
it just replace Jedi Master Luke? That
Right.
you'll just have Kenobi instead. As
I don't know. I think it.
But I don't think so, actually. Because
If
if his kit is what we're thinking, that it's going to be Galactic Republic Jedi emphasis.
I think it's going to be
you know?
Cam and a bunch of those other ones, right? that you're
Exactly. I'm thinking we can split them up into some pretty awesome Jedi teams.
Yeah.
But GK might make a resurgence. How he used to be like. It's like the Houndstooth of ships. GK was always recommended for teams.
He's still good on the Padme team. I mean, he's excellent, but I mean, I'd pull his ass off the Padme team in a heartbeat and put him on the new Jedi Master Kenobi team. But if you put GK and Cam on that team, you just need two other Jedi. I mean, those three alone.
Earlier, when we were saying that's where some of these reworks would help in splitting these teams up, like Mace again. Come on, rework it.
Christ, put Shock T and Ayla with Cam and GK along with Jedi Master Kenobi. Go wreck and have fun. Go have fun. Fun for everyone, So, I mean, good Lord in heaven, I think they're going to have the whole new... You're going to have the Jedi Revan team, the Jedi Master Kenobi team, and then you're going to have the Jedi Master Luke team.
We're going to have some pretty insane, it's just continuing the insane teams that we can form now. Like, it's just... I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what his kit is going to be. Like, seeing, what kind of the the Galactic Republic Jedi synergy is he gonna have, or Galactic Republic in general? He could then be paired with Padme. Like, imagine a Padme lead with him, with all those courage stacks that he could get with a massive health pool, because if they make him another tank, because that's the other thing. People are speculating, what's his role going to be? Is he going to be another tank?
I think he's going to be an attacker.
Or attacker,
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a tank at all. But it'll be interesting. We'll have to wait to see the kit and then see what the synergy is. It'll be interesting to see. All right, let's get the next question. Let me pull this up real quick. Freeman, aka Boo Boo, is talking to me finally. Is Boo Boo talking to you? Oh, good to have you here. He just wanted to say hi, good day to everybody. So good day to you, Durgan Gurgan. Holy crap, Dastra, it's your favorite person, Durgan Gurgan. He's stalking you. He knew you were going to be here. He popped out of the bushes. He says, question, will GLK have the regular tag since JML already has it, or just get GR tag or new GR Jedi tag? That's a great question. I was wondering, are they going to do a Jedi Council tag or just Jedi?
Well, that's what I'm saying, just the GR Jedi, because he's going to be emphasis on Galactic Republic. So, but they don't, that is a fair point. They don't actually have a Galactic Republic Jedi. It's Galactic Republic and Jedi. So yeah, maybe they'll give us a new tag, or it's just going to be both.
Maybe it's Jedi Council.
And Galactic Republic, and he'll just have the emphasis in his kit to work with Galactic Republic Jedi. So it's not like you could just throw him with random Jedi if it doesn't work, So I'm thinking that they could just leave it.
Well, someone was saying this to me the other day. It says, how funny is this? They intentionally left Jedi off Jedi Master Luke, I think, or something, so that you couldn't use Jedi Revan, whatever the tag was, but we still use Jedi Revan with Jedi Master Luke.
Right. Because this kit is just so, oh, wait. You just gave me a thought, because wait a minute, it would still be useful because they have their generic light side synergies, right? So that's why you can use such randoms with Rey and randoms with, any of the GLs. So maybe it will just be the same one because Why not?
Well, it's like WAD. I mean, WAD can go anywhere. I mean, I don't care what team you're running in an arena. If you're not using WAD, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, the dude's ridiculous. I mean, he goes, unless you have Han on the team, but 4 out of 5 times, Han's going to shoot someone other than Watt on defense. So, I mean, if you're on offense, you're using it, you just shoot Watt. I did that yesterday with that team. But I brought in, what was the team we used? Jedi, Revan, Gas, Han, and I can't remember the other ones, but we just burned Watt and it was over. The Jedi Master looked with Vaseline. I had no chance. It was pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, they had Luke on that team, Jedi Luke, so I got a little hanky, but Relic 8 Gas, man, he was the MVP, man. He went bananas. So
yeah, he's a monster. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, no one regrets if he was a requirement, a Relic 8 Gas, no one would mind having to relegate him.
Yeah, what was the team we used? Jedi, Revan, Bastila, Gas, Han, and I'm trying to remember, but yeah, we took out that team because I was like, all right, because I wanted to go in Rebels and thing, the GAC Whisperers like, oh my god, we gotta use this team. It's a wreck it. I'm like, okay. I got a little hanky there with Gas, almost dying a couple times. I was like, oh shit, but it still worked. We cleared it. So, all right, let's see here. We got another question. All right. Grim question for Jedi Master Dasher. Do you think Jedi Master Kenobi will have special abilities linked to Jedi Anakin, since the version of Jedi Master Kenobi is based off the Episode 3 Kenobi? And do you think Jedi Master Kenobi will be the first Galactic Legend ship starfighter? I think we'll get a starfighter.
I do not think they would give us a ship for a GL. That would be an insane
ridiculous
ship. Like,
that
can
ship
you
would
imagine
be OP.
6 Zeta? Just imagine for a moment what type of ship that would be.
Oh my god!
Holy crap! I mean, that would be the game-changing ship, though, that we all want.
You think just a little bit?
I mean, that was been a running joke, right? That we were going to get a GL ship, like they were going to release a ship on the level of the Galactic Legend. Like, we're getting all these, squads. So I think maybe someday we will get a ship like that, like a high-end ship that you need certain ships to unlock it, like a GL version ship instead. Like, they could totally do something like that.
I don't know, man. They put Kenobi's ship in the game with.
But I just mean in general, I don't think a GL will get a
Let's
ship.
let's not think of the possibilities. That makes my head hurt. Now, do we think but the other one was, do you think he'll be linked to Jedi Knight Anakin?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, because again, the Galactic Republic soldiers, and given their relationship, I could totally see, how they have that in the GK. GK with Snips and Jedi Knight Anakin, so they already have something between those three.
Well, forget about. I don't know if they would have how about this, Jamie?
They would have the same. He might have synergy with Qui-Gon Jinn. Maybe we'll
forget
see.
that. Forget all that. Think about this synergy with the new Ahsoka coming out.
Right. Yeah.
So you have Jedi.
Well,
Anakin,
that one would be more
Commander Ahsoka.
No, you wouldn't be with her though, because she wasn't really.
I bet she is. Oh, remember they met. They knew each other. I mean, they were.
I know that, but I mean, like, it wasn't as strong as like Anakin, and then Qui-Gon was his mentor, right? So,
Obi-Wan was a mentor too, because you remember Maul says, even in season 7, says the defiance you get from Kenobi.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's the other way around, that she was inspired by Kenobi. But yeah, I mean, so that's a fair point. They could have a connection there.
That would be it. I didn't even think about that. So let's add Kim, the new Kenobi, the new Ahsoka. Oh God!
Oh, we could have a pretty cool team.
Oh boy! Talk about some pain.
The synergies that they have with each other, like, yeah.
Man, oh man.
I mean, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. Absolutely. Ooh, I'm just more excited. I want to see these kits. Dang it. Possibilities.
Wouldn't it be weird though if they did make just so I don't think this is happening, but we did have GK ship under the GK flagship. It could always nothing to do stuff. How weird would that be? Oh God. All right.
on ships though. So do you think, because again, you know how we kind of touched on it with the shipload of content. Do you think we're gonna get more ships? If so, it could be a bunch of Galactic Republic ships, so that they could have we could have Mace actually lead a fleet again, and then we'll have the Negotiator, because we're the Galactic Republic realm right now. You know, a bunch of these guys have ships, so they could easily release a bunch of these ships with them. Like Yoda's ship, yeah.
We'll see. All right, Darkseid 1972 question. Since CG is releasing the Galactic Legend one at a time, do you think 2 a year or 1 Galactic Legend each quarter? Also, my opinion, they are now 1 at a time as CG realizes we quickly run out of characters in game. I don't think it's going to be one a quarter.
Once every 6 months, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But because 1 a quarter would just be too much, don't you think, War?
Yeah, I really do. I think they're going to do 1 every 6 months. I think they'll spend 3 months hyping and or slowly releasing prerequisites.
Yeah.
And then they'll have 3 months of character development where you haven't released and people are trying to theory craft and figure it out. By the time you barely theory craft and figure it out, the tip of the spear, figures it out, and they've had it for about 3 months for that tip of the spear. Then they'll release the prerequisites, starting to release the prerequisites instead of on the next one, and they'll have that 3 month kind of slow roll on the prerequisites, all that, and then boom, they'll release the next one, and then the tip of the spear will start working on that new one. And that's a really, really tight cadence to have 2 a year if you did it that way.
Yes.
So
I really feel like that's pushing it to give that kind of a cadence.
And if they tighten it up, you can have 2 months on prerequisites and 4 months on theory crafting and using instead. So it could go that route, but we'll see. I mean, they could do more, but it takes a lot to build those types of characters, and there's not that many characters that we Star Wars fans hold in that kind of esteem. So we'd be pushing them to create characters that aren't really worthy of the GL title anyway. So I don't think we would want that from the game.
No, I agree with you 1,000% on that. All right, next question from Meow Meow. She says, question, do you think Commander Ahsoka Tano gets the 501st tag since she's a commander? Do you think that pushes ARC to a generic trooper team, maybe Galactic Legend Kenobi, Cody Sarge, GK, and ARC? I don't think she's going to get the 501st tag. What was the division she controlled? I know this and I can't think of it. The clones with her damn... Oh, Christ. Was it the 501st? No.
Yeah, I thought she had connections with them. I mean, I know she had with Rex. She.
Yeah, maybe it is the 501st.
Pretty good connection there. So that's a good point, because of the commander tag. So they could definitely give her the synergy with some of these clones, since she did lead them, and she was still. She was always with the 501st because she was with Anakin.
Makes sense,
so
man.
She was by default. She would then lead the 501st at times when Anakin wasn't, or they would split them up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's always been a part of that team. She never had her own division, I don't think.
Well, not until the season 7 when they invaded Mando, right?
Yeah, and then so yeah, that's a good point that, could give her a fun,
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, she has so many possibilities what they could do with her kid now. When you think about it,
I know,
all the different synergies you could give her, and she's got to have a leadership tag.
Sure,
she's got to be a leader. I mean, a leadership ability. Sorry, that she's got
I agree.
But yeah, who would be left out? If she's gonna lead a team, you would be leaving someone out. And then Cody, if he gets a rework. Big if there, but I know that's on the table as well, since he's in the limelight again. That if he gets something to be better, then he could be with Snips, or he could be a leader of the generic clones, because we have poor old Sarge over here, Mr. Nameless, right? So yeah, that's we just have to wait and see until these kits come out, just. A lot of possibilities for sure.
All right. See, next question, Durgan Gurgan, for you. This is question: if Ahsoka, No, I gotta read it. See what I tell you.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Okay, Warrior, we'll pimp your stuff here in a sec, brother. Go do your thing, man. Thanks for joining, bro.
Take care, Warrior.
See ya.
All right, and we'll pimp his stuff in a few minutes.
I didn't even realize what time it was.
Yeah, Durgan says, question, if Ahsoka and Dash ever face each other, would it be a hot tub match in a GAC?
No.
That's
all you're getting.
I mean, I'll agree. She said bad Durgan. But then, what would you expect anything less from the Durgan?
No, I mean it's been a while, so I've got to see he's to his usual self.
Yeah, he's always lurking. He's always watching. He's just waiting for his opportunities. That's what makes him so good at stealth and the mechanics that he has acquired over years of practice and training. All right, last thing, I don't see any other questions, but one thing I did want to touch base with you, JMA, is they did make the announcement that they're revamping the way the game opens for new players and stuff, and the new characters and stuff. I thought that was pretty exciting. They're really trying to get new players into this game, so they're going to revamp the whole beginning intro and the characters that you can get and things of that nature.
Yeah, that's why they did all those reskins too, right? It was part of that effort, because these are characters that newer players, that you usually go for, right? That you can get from the early packs, like farm oil. So I mean, yeah, it is neat that they're trying to hit on a lot of bases there, because they keep giving us more and more content, right? And so they're trying to touch up things. So we have Conquest now on top of everything, and now the GA changes. They finally, that's something that a lot of people have been clamoring for. The Division 1 was too massive. They were long overdue. And the funny thing is that one's gonna be, because they limited it. We have people 9 mil approaching 10 mil. It's gonna be outdated at the rate people are growing. So these are going to be outdated quickly when you think about it, right? But on that same note, I wish they would continue on that track of they're revamping things, right? Touching up things. TW. They
already said they're not.
Long overdue.
They said they're not going to dick around with that, so.
Ever? You don't think they would ever do it?
Not in the foreseeable future, no.
Yeah, that's painful.
We asked,
that. Because that one doesn't even need a massive overhaul either.
So we asked,
that one could be an easy touch up for them.
We asked Crumb that on when he came on the show and here recently, and they said it's they tried back in the day to make TW a little bit more interesting, and it completely just blew up in their face. And so as for game modes, I mean, I think it's just something that's they look at, but they're not sure what to do, and for the now, nothing's going to happen with it. And I'm paraphrasing what he said, but I mean, yeah, for the foreseeable future, TW is not going anywhere. So
that's painful.
Yeah.
Because again, they wouldn't even need to do they could scale it. They have the this with GA. There's their scale. You do the same scale. You have the divisions in TW, right? You scale it from high end to how many territories, how many zones, I mean. And then it's just so outdated. They haven't, the cutoff is what, a 220 mil guild or something for the rank 1. I mean, the top tier. It's, that's heartbreaking. They really don't ever intend, that's a game mode that's been around a long time now, too. Because it's just going to get worse as we get more GL.
They're more focused on the other stuff.
I'm in a guild where we will be able to place every single zone GL.
I know, man. Trust me, I'm with you, Dash. But I just don't give a shit about TW. I do my battles.
I love TW though. That's why
I don't care about it anymore. I when we do the battles, I go in and do the battles that are required of me. It's. The psychopath in my guild used to clear the damn thing. I do 2 or 3. I get 2 or 3 wins, 1 ship win, and a couple battles I do when I'm awake. And then by the time I wake up in the morning, they've already cleared the thing, and the other team's cleared us. It just comes down to who's more efficient. So it's okay, it's TW.
And that's exactly, it's these efficiency wars now. It used to be you could do the heavy defense, but now everything can counter everything, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, that sucks. That makes me sad.
I mean, maybe they'll change in the future, JMA, but for now, I don't. Yeah. All right. Last question we're going to do here is from our good friend Exodus. This question: Jedi Master Dasher, is there a place where small guilds and those that want to work the sea pit can go?
Why, yes, there is.
Well, why don't you tell us about it, Jedi Master Adashra?
There's this great server called Merc City where we are now representing over 20 guilds that you merc for the sea pit, and that you could get those rewards. So it's been pretty cool. Like, I was there when we only had like four guilds, and it just kept growing and growing, and now we have over 20 guilds on there. It's pretty amazing. So now, especially with their Relic H requirements for the new GL, I'm expecting we're to be helping more guilds become capable to complete the sea pit. So like, we help, it's a twofold thing. We get to help guilds get there, and then it helps the mercs, because you're gonna get good rankings merking and helping out. It's pretty cool.
There you go. All right. Let's see if there's any other questions. No, there isn't. So, well, let's see. Warmax says, question: depending on missing Bad Batch tins, may be the key for beating Cam's special mission. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we just talked about the Bad Batch earlier. I mean, they're going to be great for the Cam mission, but getting those characters, one, to unlock, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and then two, the gearing on them is going to be stupid. They already are stupid. So I mean, yeah, they'll be great, but man, that's a huge investment just for Cam shards. I mean, Cam's amazing.
I mean, it'll be like a byproduct of it, though. Like, I don't know if people would specifically get Bad Batch just for that, but it's going to be just one more thing that they're going to be good at. Like, they're going to be really helpful in that TV. And that is definitely another point of note, that because you can use any clone in there. It's only ARC, right, is the required one.
Yeah.
Or wait.
Yeah, ARC. So you can go in there with like
you can use
the other four.
Any other four. So that'll be another, extra, which will help people get their cam faster.
God, not with my luck. I'll probably go in there with like the Bad Batch all relics and still get my ass handed to me. Like, I give up. I really do. I hate that mission. I mean, I remod. I follow the guide, but there's just sometimes where I think it was not this last time, but the previous time, they just went after fives and just killed him immediately, and I was like, get the F out of here. Like, I had no chance, and I'm like, I remodded, I met all the requirements, and I was just like, this is stupid. I hate that mission.
RNG just says nope.
Well, if you've ever seen me do mod depression, you know that the Illuminati is against me, period. So they cranked that dial up. That was confirmed too when we were talking with Chrome, that they do have a dial and they have it ready at a moment's notice for me to not hit mods. So it is the life we lead. All right, we're going to start wrapping it up here. Big shout out to Jedi Master Dasher for hanging out with us today, and Warrior. Let's let them pimp their stuff. We'll start with JMA. Jedi Master Dasher, where can folks check out your awesome and amazing content, mainly about the Jedi?
Yep, you can find me on YouTube, Jedi Master Dasher. Upload a bunch of Jedi stuff. Granted, I haven't been too active. I'm just so busy with other things. I have all these videos I've been wanting to upload. And now with the onset of a new GL, it's like, oh, that's even more content to have fun uploading about. But otherwise, you can find me on a ton of servers. So that Merc server being, Merc City, the Merc server being one of the latest ones. I help run things over there. And then otherwise, on RSG server, of course. So if you want to talk about Jedi or talk in general, you can hit me up in there.
She'll talk about it. Don't you worry.
Yeah, if you ever want to talk Jedi, be ready.
She'll be there. Don't you worry, folks. She'll be there. She'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I got so many pings when they announced it. And they're like, well, we all know Adrastra's ready. I was ready before the requirements were announced.
I see. All right. So with that, we're gonna if you're gonna want to check out Warrior, you can check out Warrior Presents on YouTube. Big shout out to Warrior for hanging out with us today. Go check out his stuff. He's just got a lot of great stuff on YouTube, and you can check out that content. And do me a favor, guys. These awesome people, these panelists, whether it's folks we had on today are other people like Heinz Grid, people that come on here. Show them some love. I mean, they come here on a Saturday morning. They could be doing anything else. They come here to answer your questions. So show them some love. Go to their channels, hit that thumbs up, watch their videos, follow them on Twitch, whatever channels that they have. Just to give them a little bit of love and say thanks for being here. And just, those little things do make a difference for content creators. So if you could do me a favor, and please do that, I'd be most appreciative. And of course, do the same thing here if you like the content that we're doing here at RSG. By all means, hit the thumbs up, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube. You should follow us on Twitch. We have Ladies Night coming out tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. It's always a blast to hang out with these awesome women and have fun just getting drunk and playing games and just having a good old time. So I enjoy it immensely. And I know the ladies do. A chance for them to let their hair down and have fun and just... have fun playing games and highlighting how awesome they are. So you can check that tonight. Check that out tonight on Twitch. So with that, we're going to call this one done. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. And I appreciate everybody's support. Remember, you don't have to worry about demonetization or monetization on this video. You can just watch it because YouTube sucks. But should be ad free, so you guys can watch this and go back and listen to it. If you're listening to it the first time, that's why there's no ads. So there you go. Last thing I'm going to say before we get out of here: wash your hands, wash your face, wear your mask, do your social distance. If you can get your shots, get immunized. I've done it. Finn's done it. Loki's getting ready for his second shot. We're all doing our part. JMA, have you gotten your shots yet, young lady?
I didn't expect we were still talking.
I'm still waiting. Why do you gotta be so young and healthy? God damn it.
I haven't because I'm just not in that percentile, so it's just like I don't feel like I have to, but I understand the reasons for it. It helps mitigate if you get the symptoms, right? But I'm like, I'm so young and healthy, so
you still gotta get it because. You don't want to mess with Corona. I just don't want to roll that dice. So,
I mean, if it made me immune to it, then I'd be all over that. But it just lessens the symptoms, so that's why I'm like, I'm already not gonna have like.
It's like the flu. It just it is like that's the way I mean.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm the living guinea pig that immunizations are fine because I've had a plethora of immunizations over my years being in the military and stuff. I've had everything from yellow fever, typhoid, malaria. I mean, I've had every single damn vaccine you can think of multiple times. Trust me, you'll be okay. This old crusty ass.
You have all these holes in you.
Yeah, especially that glamaglobin in the butt. I hated that one. Oh boy.
Oh god.
Frozen liquid.
You got a donation.
Hey! Hashtagger $1.99 says thanks all. Thank you, Hashtagger, for the $1.99. Very much appreciated. Yay, thank you. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'll see you guys tonight. Hopefully Jedi Master Dasher joins us. If not, I'm gonna give her endless shit because we love having her on these ladies' nights because it makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, we'll see. I just have the reason it's there's a high percent is because I'm helping someone out. I just don't know how long it'll take. So it's like I probably will show up. It's just a matter of when. Like if I might be running late, depending on how it goes.
Just get your ass in there. So.
But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it was great being on. It's been a while since I was on here, so it's nice popping in and just hanging out.
Absolutely, and then the fans love
everyone.
you. So yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
So I hope everyone's having great. May the force be with you all.
And the dark side with you. All right. Everyone have a great rest of your day. We'll watch you later. Peace out. We'll see you soon.